For decades, business success was measured using a familiar set of metrics. Revenue growth, profit margins, market share, and efficiency ratios dominated boardroom discussions. These numbers were treated as the clearest indicators of strength. In 2026, a different metric has quietly risen above the rest. Across corporate America, resilience has become the most valuable business metric, reshaping how companies plan, operate, and define success. This shift reflects a hard lesson learned over years of disruption. Businesses discovered that strong numbers on paper did not always translate into survival in the real world. Companies with impressive growth collapsed under pressure, while slower, more stable firms endured. Resilience, once considered a vague or secondary concept, is now recognized as the foundation that makes all other metrics meaningful. Resilience refers to a company's ability to absorb shocks, adapt to change, and continue operating without losing control. It is not about avoiding disruption. It is about withstanding it. In an environment marked by economic volatility, rapid policy shifts, supply chain stress, technological change, and unpredictable demand, resilience determines whether a business can stay functional when conditions turn against it. One reason resilience has become so valuable is the frequency of shocks. Disruptions are no longer rare events separated by long periods of stability. They arrive repeatedly and often overlap. Interest rates move quickly. Costs fluctuate. Regulations evolve mid-cycle. Supply chains are stressed without warning. Businesses can no longer treat disruption as an exception. Resilience is now a daily requirement. Traditional performance metrics struggle in this environment. Revenue growth can disappear overnight if demand shifts. Margins can compress suddenly when costs rise. Efficiency metrics often assume stable inputs and predictable flows. Resilience, by contrast, measures how well a business holds up when assumptions break. It answers a more fundamental question: can this company continue functioning under pressure? Financial resilience sits at the core of this shift. Companies with strong liquidity, manageable debt, and flexible cost structures can absorb downturns without immediate crisis. Those without buffers are forced into emergency actions that damage long-term value. Cash flow, balance sheet strength, and financial optionality have become central components of resilience, making them more valuable than aggressive growth. Operational resilience has gained equal importance. Businesses are redesigning operations to avoid single points of failure. Supply chains are diversified. Inventory strategies are adjusted. Systems include redundancy and fallback options. These choices may reduce peak efficiency, but they prevent catastrophic breakdowns. A business that delivers consistently is now considered stronger than one that delivers cheaply under perfect conditions. Resilience has also changed how leaders think about strategy. Instead of optimizing for one expected future, companies are preparing for multiple outcomes. Strategies are designed to work reasonably well across different scenarios, rather than exceptionally well in one. This makes resilience measurable through adaptability, decision reversibility, and the ability to pivot without panic. Workforce resilience has become another critical dimension. Companies learned that constant hiring and layoffs weaken organizational health. Stable teams with clear roles, cross-functional skills, and manageable workloads perform better under stress. Retaining institutional knowledge and maintaining morale have proven essential to recovery and continuity. Resilient organizations protect people as carefully as they protect capital. Technology has reinforced the value of resilience rather than replacing it. While digital tools and AI promise efficiency, they also introduce new risks. System outages, model errors, and integration failures can disrupt operations at scale. Resilient companies build safeguards, human oversight, and recovery mechanisms into technology adoption. The goal is not maximum automation, but reliable performance. Customer relationships have become a resilience metric as well. Businesses with loyal customers, recurring revenue, and strong trust weather downturns more effectively. Demand may soften, but relationships persist. Companies that rely heavily on one-time transactions or price-sensitive customers face sharper volatility. Customer durability has become a sign of business resilience. Resilience has also reshaped how investors evaluate companies. Markets are increasingly rewarding businesses that demonstrate stability, predictability, and downside protection. Volatile growth stories have lost appeal. Investors want to know how companies perform when conditions deteriorate, not just when they improve. Resilience reduces perceived risk, which directly affects valuation and access to capital. Boards of directors now treat resilience as a strategic priority. Directors ask how quickly the business can respond to disruption, how exposed it is to external shocks, and how decisions perform under stress. Resilience is discussed alongside growth and profitability, not as an afterthought. A strategy that cannot withstand pressure is seen as incomplete. Importantly, resilience does not mean avoiding risk. It means choosing risks deliberately and ensuring the business can survive them. Resilient companies still invest, innovate, and compete. They simply avoid bets that depend on perfect execution or ideal conditions. This selectivity improves long-term outcomes, even if it slows short-term progress. Another reason resilience has become the most valuable metric is its compounding effect. Each shock survived strengthens institutional knowledge, improves systems, and sharpens judgment. Resilient businesses learn faster because they remain intact long enough to learn. Fragile businesses do not get that opportunity. Resilience also supports better decision-making. Leaders operating under constant crisis mode make reactive choices. Businesses with resilience have time. Time allows for analysis, negotiation, and thoughtful response. That decision quality becomes a competitive advantage that compounds over years. The redefinition of success follows naturally. A company that grows quickly but collapses under stress is no longer considered successful. A company that grows steadily, absorbs shocks, and remains operational earns greater respect. Longevity, consistency, and adaptability are now central measures of performance. This shift has cultural implications as well. Teams are encouraged to think long-term, manage trade-offs carefully, and value sustainability over spectacle. Success is measured by how well systems hold together, not just how fast they expand. This cultural alignment reinforces resilience across the organization. In 2026, resilience has become the most valuable business metric because it underpins every other metric. Growth without resilience is temporary. Efficiency without resilience is fragile. Innovation without resilience is risky. Resilience makes all of them durable. Businesses that prioritize resilience may not always produce the most dramatic headlines, but they are far more likely to remain relevant, solvent, and competitive as conditions change. In an environment where disruption is constant, the ability to endure has become the ultimate advantage. Why resilience has become the most valuable business metric comes down to one reality. The future is uncertain, but resilience determines whether a company can face that uncertainty without losing control. And in today's business landscape, control, continuity, and adaptability matter more than ever.